He was the one that, had it not been for him, honestly, if it had not been for Buju Banton, this record, I feel, wouldn't have not even existed. It started with a dream that I had about him one night. Mindless to say, I don't really like dream about reggae artists like that. Not to be honest with you, I really don't. But not I hadn't really grew fond of a reggae artist before like Buju, and so he was the one that inspired me, along with Baby Sham too, because I also played with Baby Sham years prior. Buju was the one. He was the one, honestly, that got me back to listening to reggae music and to dig deep into reggae and to listen to the history of reggae, how it started, how it formed, and Rocksteady, and how Bob Marley even started with his career, and with the Wailers, how he grew young and then became a
Listen up. Season 2 of the Entertainer Hotline podcast is officially here. Powered by the Grind, the Glory Morning Show. Every weekday, we drop a quick episode based on the Grind, the Glory quote of the day. Plus real conversations from artists, creators, and rising stars grinding toward their greatness. Where motivation meets entertainment, Monday to Friday. This is the Entertainer Hotline podcast. From the grind to the grind, to the grind, to the grind, to the grind, to the glory.
Wow. Welcome to the Entertainer Hotline podcast. It's Motivation Mondays, where we shine the light on powerful stories, inspiring artists, and the journey behind music, all to help you start your week with a purpose and positivity. And today, we have a special guest in the building, yes, whose voice carries emotion, strength, and soulful energy. She's trained, she's talented, Caribbean-rooted, Miami-raised, and she's here with a brand new single that's already touching hearts all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the great Annie Jules. Annie Jules, welcome to the Entertainer Hotline podcast, Motivation Mondays edition. What's poppin'?
all good, man. I'm first of all, that was a wonderful intro. That meant a lot to me. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm good. And how are you?
Listen, me, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You're the
Yeah.
one that I ever wanted on this podcast right here.
Oh, wow. Thank you. To God be the glory, man. I'm just grateful to be here, man.
True, true, true. So listen, we ain't even gonna waste no time because
Yeah.
the track is hot. It's
Yeah.
hot. And that's why that's why I have you on the Entertainer Hotline podcast. So let's talk
Right.
about that single, The One That I Ever Wanted. It's soulful, emotional, and beautifully honest. What inspired this record?
Well, I actually, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on your show. This means a lot on your platform. It's incredible. The show, not the show, but the music itself that I had, it came from a great deep inspiration from an artist that actually touched my life. Literally, he inspired me, to be honest with you, to even create this record. I didn't even have this record even prepared before I even encountered his style and presence, which became my muse. But the legendary Buju Banton was the one that inspired me to record this record. And it was originally a song for him. But as life shifted and as the way how things turned, it began to be meant for me. And so he heard the record. He also heard the record. He loved it. He absolutely loved it. But things, as the way how life works and how things shift, he already had a vision for his album that he was already preparing before. So we put that to the side and whatever we wanted to do. And so that became pretty much my song after that. I not knowing it was going to be my song, but it became what it was. And I re-recorded the vocals to make it more me, but still catering to the audience that I was talking to, because I wanted to talk to everybody, not just one particular audience, or not just Buju Banton, but to everybody that want to believe in love.
Let's give a round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's go.
Yeah, and also, we're in a state of time where people don't believe that, real love truly exists, and that, when are they gonna ever find their soulmate or their, one. But nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And God has a way to shift some things into higher perspective and to the things that really matter the most. And so I'm showing that anybody that's out there can believe in love, and that you don't have to go and find love. Real love will come to you, and will find you and will meet you wherever you are. So that's what the song is also based on and from. And so I'm just admiring the person that inspired me, and it was Buju Banton, but also even more so, people in my life that came to my life that showed me love. That's a song for them. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, since I
yeah,
said Buju Banton, you gotta say Lord of His mercy.
yeah, pretty much, man, pretty much. But he's a real one. He's a real one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Big up the Gargamel, you know what I mean? Anyway,
yeah.
so let me ask that. When listeners press play, what emotion or motivation do you want them to take away from this song?
Um, well, I would say it's a song that, it's a song for everyone. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear the song, it's based on however you feel about it. You know what I mean? But for me personally, I want people to feel seen and heard. I want people to feel that they matter and that they are capable to be loved, and that it's a song that everybody can dance to and groove to. It's a song for everybody. And it's a mixture of R&B soul mixed with the Caribbean. I had to put my, Jamaican and Haitian in there too. But it's a song that I feel that everybody that can bring everyone together. You know what I mean? And to uplift hearts, minds, soul, everybody.
True, true, true. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And I noticed, let me ask you now, the purple tone in the visualizer set the strong mood. What does that color represent for you, creatively or spiritually? Tell me.
Oh, the color that you see here?
It
Uh
even in the video too, even at the
the
purple, I
video?
noticed
Oh,
that. So explain to
absolutely.
me.
Oh, it represents royalty, because purple is the color of royalty, definitely in the black culture, the African American culture, really the black world history. So that's why I wanted to put purple in the background. And also there was this legendary artist by the name of Prince. You probably should know him. He inspired me
Mhm.
musically as an artist growing up. Prince was he was the modern day Mozart and Beethoven all at the same time. So it was because of him that I play the guitar, and I play my keys, my piano, and I also dived into music deeply because of Prince, and also Aaliyah. Aaliyah also was the color of both red and purple. Aaliyah was an R&B singer, pretty much. Everybody should know her. She's famous for her song "One in a Million," "Try Again," and all that.
Yeah.
But those
Back and
artists
forth.
are the ones that speak to me the most, and that's why I put the color purple.
Okay. And guess what you
Mhm.
do for me? Guess what you did? You inspire me to do this. Yeah,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know much, but I say
dude!
you're the
I
one
didn't
that
know
I
you
ever
play.
want. Cause you love me and you need me. Let me stop it. I'm not good
Oh,
at it. I'm just
I
trying.
hear you. No, no, no. You got
Listen.
it.
I'm just a trying man. I'm just a host, and I'm doing the most. Let's go. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Hmm.
continue. In the studio, what mindset were you in while recording this track? What brought that out? What brought out that vocal strength in you? Because it's powerful.
Oh, thank you. Well, I just envision myself, speaking to myself, loving myself, loving the artist that I am and that I was becoming even at that moment. So I was catering to, the person that I love, that I admire in my life, and particularly, of course, the muse the inspirations that I just mentioned to you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about them literally when I was recording the song, and that was a driving force for me to really sing my heart out, and to really pour it out, and to really not be afraid of becoming the artist that I was literally destined to be. And I was growing at the moment. I was really like, just singing. I was just not singing the song, I was just singing it like as if it was my last time. You know what I mean? So, but I wanted to pour out love, and really I also wanted to really mean what I was meaning at the the time, you know. And the pretty much when I wrote the song, I wrote it on the spot because I was trying to find the right words to say, but then sometimes you let the music speak for itself. You let the music,
Yeah, yeah.
lead you to wherever it's meant. So, music is powerful and it has that capability of doing that. So that's what that's how I felt when I was recording it.
Okay, because speaking of that, your musical journey is so diverse from the
Hmm.
classical piano to jazz, gospel,
Yeah. Hmm.
Caribbean influence. Who or what sparked that love for you in the music?
As an artist, first it was Aaliyah,
Mm-hmm.
and then as for musicians and art, and pretty much, Prince was another one.
Yeah,
Prince was
yeah.
spoke to me the most as well. And then of course jazz, and going into the jazz and classical route. I have to give big ups to people like Oscar Peterson, Duke Ellington, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Louis Armstrong, and then Quincy Jones, who I think we all grew up listening to his music. Quincy Jones was another one. They all inspired me to dig deep into my artistry and my music craft. And then there was another artist by the name of Patrice Rushen. You got to look her up, but she was the only female before Alicia Keys and Sheila E. and all these young female artists. There was Patrice Rushen, so look her up. She's incredible, and she's still
Okay,
alive. So,
okay,
yeah.
okay. That's what's up.
Hmm.
Let's go. You have grown through so many musical space. What was that moment you realized that this is who I am as an artist?
That moment comes at a random time in our life. It just hits
Mhm.
us, just like a boomerang or like a light bulb. So that's how I was feeling at the moment. I really can't remember exactly how I was feeling that, but however, in one of those times, it was while I was recording The One That I Ever Want, and then also when I was doing uh a live musical tribute to Aaliyah that I did a few years ago, actually not too long ago. So those were my most breaking points in my life, and then those times when I felt that, I was like, I just felt like I was growing. I felt like I was moving to the next level. um I can't explain it, but yeah, I feel that I was literally shifting and transforming into another new person, and it's powerful. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay, okay.
Mhm.
Motivation Mondays is about resilience. So I have to
Mhm.
ask, what was that one of that real grind to the glory moment? A time that come to you when things were so rough, but you were able to push through it.
The showcase that I did last year, it was a live showcase that I was presenting for my music. It was last year. We filmed it at a spot that actually they actually do Art Basel every year in December in Miami. They usually do Art Basel there, and so that's where I
Yeah.
did my live showcase concert. And at that moment, I felt like, wow. And then I didn't have a lot of people that attended because it was a very rainy day. So a lot of people were calling me saying, "Oh, people that was supposed to make it." I'm like, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. It's raining, and I got to go to work the next day." Da, da, da. But listen, wishing you the best. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine." And then the next person said the same thing, and the next person. So people, regardless, I had an audience, but it wasn't like how I thought it was gonna be. But needless to say, but the people that were there, they were meant to be there, and they were my real people. And I still to this very day remembered every face that was there. And I was like, and they still reach out to me every single day. They still call me for gigs or just call me to go and hang out. And those are my real people, and they were the ones that showed up for me that night. I'll never forget. And then when that happened, I was like, you know what? This is my time. This is my moment. No, whatever happens, happened for a reason, for a higher purpose. So, needless to say, the show must go on. And so I just felt like I was not only alone, but I was with my girls. I have an all female band. I was with my drummer named Adonis, the drummer, Adonis Jones. She's incredible. And then my bass player, Anastasia, and we made it happen as us as a trio. And then I had my music, my guitar at the time, And I said to myself, you know what, let's do it. And I did. And I acted like as if I was playing at the Grammys. I was playing at the BET Awards. I was giving my all. And they can tell you, because it was a great show. And I not only made it about me that day, I also showcased a lot of my other friends that were artists that night. So I put my girl Lisi Soul, who's also a Jamaican artist as well, but she sings R&B, soul, and reggae. She performed her hit single, and then Cedric, who's an R&B singer as well. He has like a neo vibe, but he's incredible. So I put all these artists together. This other rapper named Unorthodox, who's from New York, he performed. So I represented myself, but also people that inspired me that moment, that time, and I just gave it my all, and it was a great show. It really was a great show. And I performed the one that I ever want was not released yet, but I performed Black Makes All Things Possible. That was pretty big at the time. And my Aaliyah tributes, covers, and stuff like that. I jazzed it up, but I put some reggae into it. I ended with Tyla Water. I performed that song, and it was a beautiful time. I never looked back ever since.
Okay, okay. That's your tribe. You know, you don't need a
Mm-hmm.
big crowd. You got to build that up a tribe, you know?
Yeah, that was my tribe. Literally that night, and we all took a picture, and I'll send you all the footages after this. But yeah, it was a good
True,
time.
true, true. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you already know we're still on the Entertainer Hotline podcast. And you know we say
Yeah.
from the grind to the glory.
Yes.
And listen,
Yes.
I know y'all think we last season we had a thing called a quick fire segment. But this time, this season 2, it's the 60 seconds of glory. Quickfire 2.0. So, Annie, let's turn up the fun a bit. This is
Yeah.
60 seconds of glory. Quick
Yes.
fire question. No thinking, just vibe. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. I'm
You
ready.
All right. Morning or late night studio session?
Late night studio session.
Okay. Tea, coffee, or ginger beer?
Tea for me. You got to
Oh,
be
for me,
healthy, man. Yeah,
for me, I
detox.
love the ginger beer because when I'm driving on the road and I'm drinking a ginger beer, I
Oh,
just wave to
that's
the
good.
cops and drinking a beer. It's a ginger one. They
That's
can't do
good.
that.
Hey. A lot of people would pick that, but it's cool. Yeah, I love that though. That's what makes you
Okay.
you. I like that.
Okay. Write music alone or with a team?
With a team. With a
Okay,
team.
okay.
Mhm.
Love songs or empowerment anthem?
Love songs.
Okay, yeah, the one that I ever wanted. I should
Yeah,
have
love
right.
songs.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I put inspiration in there, so I like to put both in there.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I
Matter of
see you
fact, you know
spice it
what?
up.
Let me say both. I'm gonna say both. Both.
Okay, all right. Stage performance or studio recording?
Stage performance.
Okay, and I
You
think
gotta
I'm
live it
gonna.
because you're living in the moment, and it's authentic, it's organic, and I want to go with a bang.
Okay, all right. Purple or gold?
Purple what?
Purple or gold? The color.
Oh, purple. Purple.
Okay, okay. Miami Energy or Caribbean Roots?
Both. Both, for sure. For sure. You
All right.
gotta have both, because Miami, I mean, it's got a lot of Caribbean people. It's very intertwined. They're together. They're
Yeah,
in
yeah,
alignment.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. What keeps you centered? Mindfulness, movement, or the music?
Whew, the music and mindfulness, I would
Okay.
say, because they're all in alignment. You know what I mean?
All right.
They they connect.
All right. One win that you celebrated this week.
To go to the gym. Well, first of all, to wake up and see a brand new day, because
Mm-hmm.
God first and foremost gave you the new day to see in the first place, so you can be able to attack and tackle the day. And also going to the gym and feeling great about yourself, and to work out on a workout that resonates with you and that you enjoy the most. And yeah, and also to create newer moments in your life, and to spend time with God as much as possible, man, because we need Him every day.
That's what's
We
up.
need His love and support because He's the only one that really truly gives us real love
Okay, okay. That's
at the
what's
end
up.
of the day. Hmm.
Okay. Now the future of Annie Jules. Let's talk about that. Now, with this new single officially out, what's next? More music, the next chapter of your evolution? What's
Yes.
next? What's next for you?
Yeah. There's more music coming. There's actually, I'm in the brink of releasing a new song that's coming out. I'm looking at we're looking at February of next year. We already recorded it. We already finished it. So it's being mixed and mastered right now as we speak. And then I have two other new singles coming out as well, following with that new single. So it's going to be released back to back. um and it's right now I'm in a time in my life where I am, fusing R&B and Caribbean, and because I feel like, especially reggae, because I feel like R&B and reggae are married to each other. They're married, like in sync, like nobody else knows, you know what I'm saying? R&B and reggae is my vibe right now, and so that's where I'm at right now. And to also put some compa in there, because I'm also Haitian, so I got to put my compa roots in there. And then just building and creating and evolving. I'm gonna mesh it up with some fusion jazz and R&B and hip hop in there too. I don't want to be put in a box. I love to be open minded. I love to intertwine different sounds of music, because music is already a universal language. So that's
True.
where I'm at right now. And then also I'm looking to, hopefully tour for my music next year, and do a lot more interviews for the one that I ever want as well, because I'm in the process of doing that. So you're one of them.
Okay, okay. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
So
That's what's up. I feel good about that. I feel good about that. That's
yeah.
what's up.
So, and I'm
So,
excited about it too. So yeah, be on the lookout. I'm already working on 2026 already.
wow,
So
wow, wow, wow,
yeah.
wow. All right. So let me ask you now. If the right collaboration walked in tomorrow, who would you want to create that magic with?
Ooh. Can I pick more than one? 'Cause
Hey, you go ahead.
yeah. Okay, so first, I would love for it to be Sade. And then number two, I would like for it to be Victoria Monet. And then number three, I would like for it to be, oh my God, this is so difficult. Oh my goodness. You're really good at this.
Mm.
uh I would have to say Bougie Bantan.
Listen, I was just about to hit you with the gargle bell right now.
I would have to say Buju, because I gotta say Buju, man. I gotta say he, because he was my muse. He was the one that, had it not been for him, honestly, if it had not been for Buju Banton, this record I feel wouldn't have not even existed, because I was in a point in my life where I needed a new muse anyway. I needed a new inspiration, and I was transitioning in a time in my life where I didn't know where I was going, to be honest with you, but I knew I was headed somewhere. I just had no clue. But I was in a transitional time. 2024 was a transitional year for me. It really was. But then he came out of nowhere. Buju came out of nowhere, and it started with a dream that I had about him one night. And mindless to say, I don't really like dream about reggae artists like that. Not to be honest with you, I really don't. Not even Bob Marley. And I looked up to Bob Marley as well. But I was always fond to into American artists or some Haitian artists as well. But not I hadn't really grew fond of a reggae artist before, like Buju. And so he was the one that inspired me, along with Baby Sham too, because I also played with Baby Sham years prior. But
True.
Buju was the one. He was the one, honestly, that got me back to listening to reggae music, and to dig deep into reggae, and to listen to the history of reggae, how it started, how it formed, and Rocksteady, and how Bob Marley even started with his career, and with the Wailers, how he grew young and then became a giant tsunami after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Buju was the one that inspired me to dig deep into my Caribbean roots, into even to my Haitian roots. And
True,
he
true.
inspired me to not ever forget where I came from, but also he reminded me where I was headed. And you know, God has a way of doing so many great, wonderful things. But even God Himself knew where I was headed before I even had that dream about Buju. So maybe God was teaching me at the moment that I'm not where I am now, and I'm not where I was, but only I'm only all about where I'm headed,
Hmm.
and nobody knows what's coming next. So that's the greatest part. So that's a good thing. But the point is, Buju was the one that inspired me, even now in my life musically.
Yeah, yeah.
And Victoria Monet and all these artists, Sade, and of course Aaliyah, Prince, of course, without question. But Buju is the one right now for me in terms of,
If you
yeah.
get that collabo with Buju, you're gonna have to name it. The title would have to be "It's the One That I've Been Looking For."
You know what? And you can play around so much with the title that I have now. Yeah. But that might be the next one. You just probably gave me the epiphany right now. So yeah.
How
Yeah,
you
we could do
think you
that.
would fit the one that I ever wanted? Just picture like you're doing a collabo right now with Buju. Just sing the
Yeah.
one that I ever wanted. Like flip it. Let me see. Let me see what you can do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. You're the one that I ever want. You complete me, you caress me. You're the one that I run to. 'Cause you love me just for me. When I think about you, I always dream about you. I never felt before. 'Cause you're the one that I want, and you're the one that I always run to. So let me love you, 'cause you're the one.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Hey.
go. Let's
All right,
go.
that's
Let's
enough.
go. Yo, listen to me. Listen to me. And you actually dream about it too.
Yes, I
So,
did.
so
And it was a great dream, a lovely dream,
yeah,
but very cordial, very professional. He came to me in my life asking me, well, what do you do? And I was visiting Jamaica at the time.
that's what's up.
And I was visiting Jamaica at the time, not knowing what I was going to encounter. So Jamaica has a way of really surprising people.
Okay. Okay. And for the fans, just listen, let everyone
and
know
I've and
where they
I've been
can
to
follow
Jamaica
you.
before, so that I have to say that. So.
Okay. And for everyone that's listening, let them know where they can follow you, stream the music, and stay connected with you on your journey. Let them know.
You can reach me at via social media at Instagram, Annie the Producer Jules. That's Instagram.com/ Annie the Producer Jules, ANNIE ANNIE the producer as you hear it, and then JULES, my last name. And then Facebook.com/ Annie Jules Music. ANNIEJULES music. And iTunes, of course, you can find my new single, The One That I Ever Want, on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Tidal, wherever social media platforms and digital platforms are released with real music. So you can find my platform, and also you can find my Aaliyah tribute, my musical tribute to Aaliyah, on youtube.com/ Annie Jules. That tribute went viral. Had it not been for that, of course, a lot of people on Instagram wouldn't have not known who I was. And I did it with the producer of Rock the Boat, Eric Seats. He produced
Wow,
Rock the
wow,
Boat.
wow, wow.
So yeah, I have to give a shout out to Eric Seats right quick because he's done works with Destiny's Child, 702, and Aaliyah. So
Big up, big up.
give up to him, and of course my all-female band, Adonis Jones, Anastasia, and Kaylee Howard, the whole nine, Lisa Pramod, people that I've worked with Baby Sham. Because Baby Shem is another person that also inspired me to listen to reggae and dig deep
Yeah.
into the dance hall. So I
Cause I
have to
heard
give a
I
shout
heard
out
you
to
I
Baby
heard you
Shem.
did
We got to
something
give a
on
shout out to Baby Shem, man, because
yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing
Big
his
up
thing.
Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
Baby
yeah.
Shem, man, yeah.
So let me ask you now. For you, do you what you do you how do you deal with mindfulness? Like do you meditate or what? What you do? Let me know. Cause for me, I meditate. Like if it's even once a week, I just
Mm-hmm.
and even when I get up in the mornings before I start my morning show, I do a 5 minute meditation before I start my morning show. You know what I mean?
Um, what I do, I spend time a lot with myself, because first of all, my mom, I was my mom pretty much had me as the only child, so I'm the only child.
Spoil.
So no, I'm not spoiled. No, no, everybody say that. No, I'm not spoiled. My mom, first of all, came to this country not having a lot of money. She only had enough to raise me, and so she did the best she could along with the help of my godmother. So anyway, nonetheless, based on pretty much how I cope with life, I spend time a lot to myself, talking to myself, but talking to myself in things that I am, things that I want to do. I speak affirmations more, saying that I'm more than a conqueror. I can do all things through Christ. Basic scriptures from the Bible that you hear all the time, and I also remind myself that anything is possible, and I can make it no matter what thing, trials and tribulations come, but we have to know how to deal with it with the help of God. We can't make it by ourselves. So I spend time a lot with God, talking to him, not only just praying and being on my knees, no, just talking to him based on, I mean, while I'm doing activities, and and while I'm like cleaning, my kitchen, or cleaning my house, something simple, or at work. If I'm by myself, I always talk to myself, and that's pretty much how I meditate. And also the gym, honey. The
Mhm.
gym has been like pretty much like as if I'm going to the doctor. You know what I mean? But better. It's
Okay.
more fun. It's more it's more of a release. Of course, everybody knows when you go to the gym, you work and everything, but I don't look at it as work. I look at it as releasing a lot of a lot of anxiety, a lot of, depression or whatever I've been feeling throughout the week or the day. And I go to the gym to release all of that endorphin, so I can produce more love and happiness and fulfillment, and so I can feel light at the end of the day. And it also gives me energy. So the gym has also been a way of me meditating, so as well. So I have to say that that's how I lost a lot of the weight. Thank God. Thank you, Lord.
It's working
But
out. It's working out.
it's been a journey. It's been a journey, but it's not overnight. It hasn't been overnight, because all the best things in life, the best results that you want to produce in life, don't ever come overnight. So that's one thing that I have to tell everybody. Don't ever think that all the things that you want will come just like that. You know what I mean? Maybe certain things, God has a way of doing things. Okay, sometimes it happens, but but 9 times out of 10, it takes time. It takes time, and it's not about you uh working, and it's not about you producing your own uh goods of works. You know what I mean? It's really by the grace of God that you're able to make it. It's really by the blessings of God that you're able to be in that specific room at that time. So yeah, I have to say, really, those are the things that help me out the most in my life, just thinking and reminding myself who God say that we are. We're not ever the people that say who we are,
Yeah.
because everybody's opinions is based on their own perceptions of who they are. It has absolutely nothing to do with what God say that we are in the Bible. That was
True.
already written and predestined for us in the first place. So always remind yourself that you are already who God says you are, and you are already who God says you are. Period. Nobody else. You are more than a conqueror. I can do all things through Christ. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. All of those things. Your greater works are not what carries you to success. It's by really the grace of God, and that's in Proverbs. And you go look that up. But
True.
all the things that God say that we are, that's who we are. We're never about who man say that we are. That's based on their own opinion. I don't care who they are, celebrities or not. Everybody have their own opinions, but you know, you can take it however you want, but honestly, that's not who you are. You know, unless if they're saying something great about you, like of good merit, you know, stuff that is up from the goodness, from good vibrations, or from the Bible. If it's not none of that stuff, then that's not who you are.
Yeah, if it's on the right frequency, then you know it's right.
Yes, yeah,
You
exactly.
know
If
what I
it's
mean?
in yeah, the right vibes, the right if you're in alignment with that person, then all right, then that's when we're cooking something real good.
True, true, true. That's what's up. Because that's
So
why
yeah,
I kind of like switch it up because all about in season one, it was just all about entertainment. But you
yeah,
know, for me, I'm always this type of person speaking. Anybody knows me, they know when we talk and we all in a vibe, it's all about not but like motivational stuff. You know what I mean? That's
right.
me. But now it's when I know like it's like I say, you know what? Let me just make it different because and
Yeah,
it really, to be honest, it really comes from when you do so much for people. You know
yeah,
what I mean? You do
yeah.
everything and you show up for them and everything like that. But that one
Sometimes
time.
you get burned out too by that, you know, after a while, you know?
So for me, that's why I just say, you know what? Motivations meets entertainment. That means I'm not I'm not going to just sit down and wait until when an artist comes to me and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm ready to invest in my career. What's the cost for an interview or whatever before I
Mm-hmm.
actually do an episode?" No, I'm going to do one 5 days a week. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It's short, but it's powerful. The message behind of it. I mean, just imagine you just say one quote, and there's so much you could talk an hour about just elaborating on that one quote. And everything that I talk about, it's like from real life experience. Like nothing
Yeah,
is made up.
exactly.
If
It's
I
true.
live it and I'm still practicing everything I say, every quote that I do on a daily basis, I still go back
Yeah.
and hold up to it. Like for instance, on Saturday, I put up like they would ask me, do you really live by those quote that you put out on a daily basis or it's just a show?
Right.
And I
Right,
remember
right.
and I remember that I already put out an episode that says not every questions need to be answered. So I
Right,
just hit them back
exactly.
with
True.
episode 4, like this is how I answer. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly.
Because when all the blessings and everything start increasing, that's when people start talking. So
Mm,
now
oh yeah,
you're
yeah,
like a
and they
magician.
talk,
Listen,
and they talk, but are they solving anything? People can talk all day long. Man can speak all day long, but are they at the end of the day? Are they here to help you put food on the table? Are they here to help you pay your own bills or motivate you to get into those rooms that you need to get into? Or are they producing good fruit? You know what I mean? In terms of helping you and getting to where you want to be or need to be. But they're talking. Talking doesn't solve a thing. Like, like I'm tired of people just talking and gossiping. That's not going to serve the world. It's
I
not.
remember
But
I
people are
remember
going to make it either way.
I remember I did an interview with Matthew um Michael Matthews. He's from Digital Radio Tracker.
Okay.
And I remember he said one thing when I interviewed him. He said, "How do you think like these people get to be having dinner with Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
You gotta have the in the room money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna cost you. You can't
Yeah.
just sit down and have it. If it was like $20 for a meal, I mean there would be no space in there. So you gotta have that in the room money to take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta invest in yourself. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't want to do that. They feel like a person's supposed to cause this is how I break it down. I'm not gonna grind for your glory. Come and grind with me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
then we take it
Yes.
to the next level. And sometimes I know a lot of people, it's two different, it's two type of gatekeepers.
Yes.
Two type
Let's
of
talk about it,
gatekeepers in the
please,
business.
because I was waiting on that too. Now,
Let's go.
please, let's talk about it, because yeah,
Let's talk about the good, and it's not even it's gatekeeper slash protecting your energy.
yeah,
So
yes,
you have
mhm,
that type of person where you can break certain barriers and make things happen, but at the end of the day, is that person that you're going to do it for really genuine? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got to protect your energy right there and be careful of who you give your energy to. Because a
True.
lot of people are just energy drainers. They come here and they just drain your energy and just move to the next person. And that's all they do.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And some
That is
people
true.
come around. It's not everybody that comes around you actually going to do back something for you. But you got to remember that you got to check the energy, do an energy check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
If they're
yeah.
not on your frequency, don't even waste your time.
Exactly, exactly. And you can feel it too, especially if especially if you ask God for a spirit of discernment, he will give it to you. He
That's
will
when I
definitely.
did that episode that says,
Hmm.
trust your intuition. It never
Yeah,
lies.
it never lies. That's true. That is
If
true.
if you trust your intuition and it feels good, then keep going. But if it's something about it,
Hmm.
go with it.
Yeah, go with your gut.
And
Hmm.
then now you have the real gatekeepers where the G is capital uppercase, the A, every letter in the gatekeeper is upper.
Hmm.
Oh my God.
To the point where, bro, to the point where you don't even need to say much. You don't even have to say anything. It's the vibes in the room, and but I understand where you're coming from too with that, because not everybody deserves your spirit, and not everybody deserves your presence, because your presence is of merit. It's precious. You understand? It's a privilege for people to be in the space, the same space that you're keeping in. You know what I mean? So, along with that, yeah, gatekeepers, they're not gonna we're not gonna solve nothing. I'm gonna tell you straight up, no gatekeeper in the world. It doesn't matter if it's the right person for you or not. To be honest with you,
Yeah, yeah.
gatekeepers are not going to solve a thing. That's the drum bomb, right? That's the bomb dropping right now.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
gatekeeping has got to cease. It's got to die in the music
Yeah.
industry. Not only the music industry, in any industry.
True.
Because if at the end of the day, in life, God has brought us on this planet Earth specifically for us, yeah, to love each other, but also to help people out.
Hmm.
Not You don't have to help everybody, but help the right type of people that you see that not only deserves it, but that you see that they're in need, and and reach out to those people. It doesn't have to be through money, not at all. It could be through intimacy, spending time with them, educating them what they got to learn and what they got to know, how to navigate in the industry. Like, bring them into the rooms sometimes as a treat, or especially if it's their birthday, or if they're going through some things, they're at the end of the tunnel, and you never know, because you never know at the end of the day what life you will change and what life you will save. Because at the end of the day, everybody's fighting a hard battle.
So
Everybody's
true.
fighting a really deep, hard battle, and it doesn't have to be through finances. It could be through health, through the mental health, through minds,
Oh
through
yeah, yeah, yeah.
depression, through
Mental health.
oppression. So that's why gatekeeping has got to cease. It's got to die. The music industry can no longer hold that heavy weight anymore. We've already lost great legendary artists like Michael Jackson, who hated that. He was against gatekeepers. Did you see? He
True,
brought
true, true.
he gave millions and millions of dollars to not only Africa, but to the other worlds, the other third world countries that needed it the most. Michael had a heart to give, but that's how he just was.
True.
People like Prince, he gave a lot of money too. He was very discreet about it. He was very secretive, but he gave a lot of money to the Trayvon Martin Foundation, and he even helped pay for his funeral.
Yeah.
Okay, he also helped people like Lauryn Hill get out of jail. Paid
True,
for
true,
her
true.
bond. You know what I'm saying? So she can come out and do music and be free again. Prince was a real one, but people like Bob Marley. Let me not even go. Let me
True,
even
true,
start.
true.
Bob
Yeah,
Marley
because
helped so many people in
a
the
lot of
world.
people do
So
stuff.
yeah,
A lot of
basically
people do
look at
stuff
look
and,
at
not,
those
and don't even
artists.
talk about it, which is good too. You know what I mean?
you know look
Yeah.
at the but look at just look at basically just look at the prime examples of how these artists lived and how they did it. Bob Marley, especially, how he walked, how he talked, how he represented himself. He represented himself as a king. as a person that was to the point where God had sent him to be there, to
True.
help people to around him and to be an example. That's what artists of today have to look up to and not ever forget. These artists are looking down on you. These ancestors are looking at you. Yes, live your life, be who you are, but be a light, be a better way. You can still be yourself and still live your life, but at the same time be an inspiration to other people around you. And so that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm doing right now as we speak. And I may not have a lot of money. I'm not rich, not yet. I'm gonna speak that into existence, but I want to help people out with my platform
Okay.
one day. So
Okay. It was nice having you on the Entertainer Hotline. And Annie Jules, thank you for inspiring us today. Your story, your voice, and your honesty are exactly what Motivation Monday needs. Your new single, The One That I Ever Wanted, is officially in rotation on Entertainer Hotline Radio. Y'all go stream it, share it, and support the movement. This has been the Entertainer Hotline Podcast Motivation Monday, from the grind to the glory. Catch me on the next episode, which is tomorrow for Throwback Tuesdays. Let's go.
thank you.